Christmas was okay.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling a little better?
I'm feeling better, but I cannot wait to be 100% and get my body back.
So did you get anything? Like Santa get you anything?
Santa got me a prepaid gift card with X amount of money. I am unsure how much is in it. But you know what? I think it'll be enough money to get the AEW tickets I've been wanting.
Yes, and apparently AOW is gonna be near me in
Oh
March
yeah.
too.
Now you have to go.
Yeah, it's a train ride away from me. So like that it looks like that they're gonna have two editions of the War Report. They're gonna have live reports on them. So the one from the Miami show, and one from the New Jersey show. I have no idea how AOW is gonna look in I guess late March, but we'll see.
I already know how it's looking in January, baby. Rocky.
Well, this is our year-end show where we're gonna say our awards.
Oh yeah, this is our year-end show. We're gonna hand out our awards for NXT and AEW. This was very hard to keep fair because I think our original idea was to hand out MVP awards, and we were just like, well, NXT is gonna start sweeping, so let's make it more fair.
Yeah, we had to keep it fair because like
Yeah.
if you did the best match overall and then like best male wrestler and best female wrestlers overall, like I feel like NXT would take like the
Yeah.
majority of the awards, so you can't do that. You know what I mean?
So we had a fun little game and just doing MVPs on both sides.
Yeah. So the categories that we have are best male wrestler, best female wrestler, best tag team, best match, and favorite moment.
All right.
Yeah. Before we get into that, though, we did have an NXT show. It was a bunch of matches that they had pre-taped uh, within I think the 2 weeks that they had. Thankfully, like I said, the wrestlers got time off.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at this, I would say that it was the. I would say that it was the new wrestler showcase kind of because you had Austin
Yeah.
Theory.
So pseudo.
You had Austin Theory, you had Shotzi Blackheart, Bronson Reed again, and then you had some veterans like Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae,
Keith, Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, Tony Nese. So, what was your favorite
Yeah.
What was the favorite things that you've seen on this NXT episode, like that is gonna hold us over?
Blackheart versus Belair. Um, a lot of people have their opinions about the match, but I thought the match was really good. I think Shotzi has amazing babyface potential in the future. You know, she could probably take Candice LeRae's spot late 2020, or just whenever she's ready to go. And I really like that they showed this match. Because it does show there is more in NXT than just the people we've been seeing since Survivor Series.
Yeah, I like that Austin Theory was featured here. I think that he's really
Yeah.
grown over and evolve. Uh, I believe that he's still the champion there, so he's not gonna move to NXT super soon. I don't think maybe
Hmm.
after Mania weekend or something like that. But to put him against
Yeah.
Roderick Strong, somebody who could really work with and allow him to shine was really cool. I think. Um,
Yeah.
Candice LeRae and Taynara. I think Taynara's getting better. I think I do basically from look at her from a year ago and look at her now, and she is I think she's getting better in the ring, and of course working with Candice. I love how in this episode everybody who's new or everybody who's an up and comer got paired up with somebody who could really work well.
Yeah. Yeah, just the new talent showcase episode of NXT, and I really enjoyed it.
Man, of course, Keith Lee and Leo Rush versus Tony Nese and Damian Priest was really fun.
Yeah, I won't say like definitely not my favorite match on the show, but I will say I thought it was very fun.
Okay, with that, let's get to the awards. This is what you all been waiting for, right?
Oh wait,
Go ahead.
before we just derail there, nothing really happened on AEW this week. It was more or less a Simpsons clip show, and that's basically what AEW Dark is. So there's not really much to talk about on that this week's episode.
Well, they did have ALW Dark. They did have Sean Spears versus Joey Janela again.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to talk about on AEW side this week, unfortunately. Um,
Oh man.
like I don't see anybody talking about it. I don't even know what matches they had on Dark.
Well, okay, so they had Sammy Guevara versus Brandon Cutler, which was actually pretty decent. That was a decent match.
Okay.
They had Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party versus Best Friends versus Jack Evans and Angelico. Yes, that's a lot of.
Yes, that is a lot of people, but that's fine.
um, and then they had Joey Janela versus Sean Spears. Well, he was Janela Claus. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and he beat Sean Spears. So it was like one of those.
Oh, Jesus.
It was like one of those. Because he had mentioned on Twitter that he would try to bring some of that indie lightheartedness back because there was a Jesus in the crowd that he gave him like the forgiving thing and yeah it was a
Oh,
wacky
Jesus Christ.
yeah it was a wacky match but it was one of those lighthearted Christmas
Yeah,
matches.
man. That's AEW Dark, baby.
So next week they're gonna have a best of AEW Dark special of course on New Year's Day our first show in
Okay.
our first show in 2020 we're gonna be talking about the homecoming. No, not the yeah, I think it's the coming of
Yeah, it should be the home. The Jacksonville show, right?
yeah, it's gonna be AOW is kicking off the year because NXT is not back until January 8th. So
All right.
yep, so that is it. So yeah, let's get to the awards. You wanna
All right.
do these? Yeah, we'll do these one by one. So let's do best male wrestler. Cyrus, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think we could both just do male wrestler at the same time
Yeah.
because both our answers are the same. And you know what? On the AEW side, I wanted to say somebody else. Like when I saw your list, I was just like, "Huh, really?" And then I was like really thinking about it, and I don't think I can't think of anybody else. Like he has my favorite moment. Uh, I think he's doing pretty well on AEW. Uh, so my best male wrestler on AEW is John Moxley.
Yeah. Well, like you said, that's what our pick was of both is John Moxley. Like I didn't. I thought about Jericho and I thought about Cody, but
Oh,
if I had to
Jericho wasn't even considered.
but if I had to, I went cumulative because after John Moxley left WWE, of course he had the podcast and stuff, but he really went and kind of
Hmm.
did his own thing. He had the big moment with the first pay per view of debuting. He had the G1 stint, which I think was really successful for him, and the whole winning
Hmm.
the IWGP US title. And there, if they don't mess it up, because from what we found out from Dustin's tweet, um, the records reset in AOW at the beginning of the year. But if they don't mess it up, they're building him up to be their biggest face to go up against Jericho. So I thought, all encompassing, John Moxley is kind of like, you know, my best male wrestler for all elite wrestling.
Yeah,
I believe NXT we had the same guy too. Um,
absolutely. Like I can't think of anybody else.
yep, we both picked Adam Cole. I mean, surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah. Adam Cole, like my possible runner-ups were like, Gargano or Aleister Black, but nah, man, Adam Cole really like killed it. Also, he was on, NXT at the end of the year, like Aleister, but just that stretch from the Survivor Series build, since I have a Survivor Series bias, like I just thought he was fucking like just amazing for just that month stretch.
Yeah, like
And then like even before that with the Gargano feud as well, like it's just been really good stuff all year round from Undisputed Era and especially Adam Cole.
if this was very early in 2019, I would probably go with Gargano. Like I'd be like
Hmm.
huge because at that point it was like, wow, Johnny Gargano is like the best wrestler in the world right now. But Adam Cole, listen, it's hard to even look over that October to December stretch that he had. He
Yeah,
was unreal.
I do think that's kind of like what affected my judgment because I like I'll be honest, like I wasn't really watching NXT this much earlier this year. I was kind of just like keeping up with like just via tweets and stuff like that since NXT was being spoiled. Since it was like still like being taped early. So I just kept my eyes on it, but I wasn't watching like week to week. It wasn't like must see. But after the 10-2 show, obviously the show became must see, and then you have your Cole versus Riddle, which is amazing, and then just every other match after that.
Yeah, he just started having like, and of course, the trio of matches he had with Gargano, um, that was amazing too. If you want to look at the ladder match he had with Dijakovic, like that insane week that he had with three crazy matches, including the War Games match. Like the guy was on fire, and
Mhm.
he's even. I would say that he's even probably my pick for wrestler of the year too. Overall,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can't really.
Really clutched it out for wrestler of the year.
So for best female wrestler, we actually had uh, different
Two
picks.
two completely different picks. Yeah.
So like, all right, you go first about like your wrestler, female wrestler
Okay.
in NXT and AEW.
All right. NXT best female wrestler Io Shirai. Um, I just really enjoy her matches a lot. I think the match with Mia Yim was really amazing. The feud with Candice LeRae in that match was really amazing. Her performance at Survivor Series, War Games, really good. And, you know, uh, kind of sucks that earlier this year she got nerfed by Shayna Baszler, but it's fine. Not everybody can overcome. But I do think like 2020 she's going to be like on top of the world.
Okay. For NXT for me, I went with Old Faithful. I went with Shayna Baszler. Um, you know,
Because you're a monster.
well, I mean, because like, first off, you gotta consider the Survivor Series. She beat she beat Bailey and Becky that run.
Yeah.
What she's done basically for NXT in that entire time. You know what I mean? I had to go with that. 400 plus days as champion. She's an amazing heel. I think this is the end of the road for her. Knock on wood. So she could move to either Raw or SmackDown. So she could win the Royal Rumble, hopefully.
Hmm.
I gotta go with. I just think Shayna is it. Like I think that Shayna is just the quintessential heel, uh, you know, rap, tap, and snap, and yeah, my pick is Shayna.
I was gonna pick Shayna as well. I think, like, I completely do agree with you. Like, I think she's an amazing heel. You know, she's a very super dominant champion. Uh, you know, everything from the 10-2 show has been really amazing. But I just have to give it to EO.
Well, Io's transformation, from that cage
Oh
match
yeah.
to the heel is amazing. Like I love how like cocky she is, and how many ways she can beat you. And of course, that match with Candice LeRae was great too on that takeover.
Yeah. Japanese bitch. My goat.
So,
uh,
AEW female wrestler.
I'm gonna go with Shauna. Um, I know it was probably like, you know, oh, why don't you go with Chris Statlander? You know, she was like featured more, stuff like that. But
Let's go there.
I think after, yeah, I just think, I don't know, after this Statlander kind of like showed off her little alien gimmick, I was just like, oh, I ain't really rocking with that. And I just think Shauna and Hikaru Shida's match, like, randomly just like blew me out of the water. Like, this is the first time I ever seen this woman wrestle, and it's absolutely like fantastic.
Mine is Hikaru Shida, because I think that she's one of the rare women there that they've kept strong. I know that she
Mhm.
recently lost. I'm actually like impressed with her and how she wrestles. I know that everybody listening maybe thought that we were gonna pit like Britt Baker or boy, who had I picked?
Um, I would pick Britt Baker if she didn't just like disappear at that like small stretch. But I know it's weird to pick. I know it's hard to pick Shauna because like she also disappeared as well. But like Britt was like, you know, prominently featured, and then like I think right after the match with B Priestley, they kind of just like, you know, kind of like really nerfed her momentum.
I mean, I was gonna go with Riho. I was gonna do that until she like disappeared for a month, and I was like, oh, like, I mean, she's the
Yeah.
women's champion, but like she would be like my honorable mention. But yeah, I'm gonna go with
Oh,
Hikaru
not
Shida.
even.
Well, I'm gonna go with Hikaru Shida for mine. So best tag team. Of course, I think we have the same for NXT. We have two different ones for
All right.
AEW.
Wait, hold on. But we both have the same for NXT. But is our pairing the same?
My pairing, of course, is Cole and O'Reilly and Fitch. Fish. Is yours different?
Okay, so I love Undisputed Era. They are definitely my best tag team, but obviously it's the Roderick Strong and O'Reilly pairing.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's different. Like, of course, I mean, so like Roderick Strong when we initially like were thinking about that, like I had him in the running for my best male wrestler because
Oh
I
yeah,
think
me
he's
too.
super underrated as a wrestler. Of course, he would have Keith Lee. I just like just that tag team pairing of O'Reilly and Fitch and how they work together. When Fish is not hurt, like you know what I mean, like not when he gets hurt. But
Yeah, of course. Like, but nah. My pairing is the Roderick Strong O'Reilly.
uh, so ALW, I saw that you went with Private Party, and you know what? I was thinking about picking them, but they have them lose so damn much that I'm like, ah,
Um, yeah, they did lose a lot, and I did think, you know, that's a shame. But just, I think the Bucks putting them over at one point in time was like really good, and I think the tribute match that they had for I forgot. I feel bad because dude literally passed away. Um,
Matt. Matt
Matt
Travis.
Taven.
Matt Travis.
Yeah. Yes, I thought that match was absolutely fantastic.
I think that with Private Party, they really, if they want to put people over, I think that they should have them beat SCU. Uh,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that they are a great tag team, but I went with SCU. And I think they really turned the corner when Scorpio Sky had to join him. I think when Chris Daniels got hurt, and he had to join them in
Yeah.
the tag tournament.
Um, I wouldn't like SCU if it wasn't for Scorpio Sky. Like I've seen the Kazarian Daniels pairing for quite some time, and it's really cool to see like them get a young dude in there and just like you have a veteran and you have a veteran and you have like this new dude in there, so you just get two different styles. But Private Party is absolutely my favorite team in AEW.
So with that, we are going to move on to our best matches of the year.
Hmm.
I think we went different here too. Uh, you know what? I'm
Um,
intrigued by your NXT one. So you go first.
I don't think our best matches were ever going to be the same because I feel like everybody went with the usual. Uh, but Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle at Takeover 25 is by far my favorite Takeover match this year. Um, I love Matt Riddle and I like Roderick Strong is really one of my favorite wrestlers on NXT roster. I love the way he works, and I think he's just turned it up to a whole nother level on this one. Like I think I watched the match like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, damn, this match is amazing.
What do you think they're going to do with Riddle in 2020?
uh, I think they're gonna have him beat some more guys. Probably go for the NXT Championship again if Cole loses it. But I do think he should be called up. But just in case, it's whatever.
So for my best match for NXT, I went with Cole Gargano too. I went with I think they're two out of
Yuck.
three. They're 2 out of 3. I love their 2 out of 3 falls match. And
Oh yeah, that match is fire.
yeah, and I think that's when Cole won the title. I didn't think that Johnny Gargano really needed to retain it. He already won it. That he got the moment. But that was the coordination of Cole. That third fall with the weapons, man. Like, jeez. Uh,
Oh yeah, they really turned it up on that one.
like I know, like some people would kind of gear towards more the third one, the third match they have. But yeah, the second was my favorite. So yeah, I went with that one. ALW.
Okay. Who'd you let me see who you picked again.
I
Oh
I
yeah, you
have
could go first.
okay. So
Sure.
I went with the safe pick here. I went with Cody and Dustin, and I actually have something to say about that. It's because it highlights everything great in AEW, but it highlights some of the bad in AEW. I say the bad because it shows that Cody books his matches way different than everybody else. Cody, here, of course, they had like this match. It was, you know, Dustin bleeding all over. I don't know how he didn't pass out. Um, and then like the embrace, and then I guess like the emotion that they had, like it was all of that kind of added into the great match. But yeah, like I said, like this was the beginning of Cody like booking himself into these emotional moments that seem way different than the show. So maybe like me picking this match is encouraging that.
Like everybody else is wrestling, but Cody is like doing his little soap opera drama.
Yeah,
Uh,
like not to knock it, but like I could have went with um maybe like Cody and Darby, Darby and Jericho, maybe one of the tag matches. I thought SCU, the first, yeah, SCU and the Lucha Brothers was pretty good. But I think this match encompassed AOW and basically was the heart of the matter. So, what's your AOW pick?
My AEW pick, mentioned it before on the episode, but Shauna versus Hikaru Shida. Um, just like watching AEW as I normally do, because I think I was still watching it first over NXT at the time, so I was watching it live, and it like I was just so impressed and just amazed of what I've seen. You know, a lot of people, really lobby for the women to like really be featured on the shows, and I think they're listening. Probably giving us more than two women's matches a show and stuff like that, or just better quality women's matches or matches with more time. But like this year, like shows that like AEW has like amazing potential in their women's division.
Yeah, I just hope that they use it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
this was another. This was if I had to point my favorite women's match in AOW, like Shayna and Hikaru Shida would be it, and I really hope that they really feature them more next year. Like I know
Yeah.
they're doing the whole thing with Chris Statlander, and she's great too. But like they really have diamonds and Shayna and Sheeta.
Yeah.
Instead of kind of like burying like Shayna and the whole like Nyla Rose thing that they're doing.
Yeah, I don't whatever, man. Like literally what was that about? Like it didn't really amount to anything unless there's something on Dark that I never heard about.
No, they started it on Dark where when Nyla Rose kind of attacked Shauna, and then they had the thing on the main show, but then both of them
Mhm.
were not to be seen again. So
Cuz Nightmare Collective, baby.
just a programming note: the newest Dark that's happening. Yeah, the newest Dark that's happening. It's going to have a Nightmare Collective segment on it. So there you
Ooh, who's going to get their head shaved today?
go. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Brandy talks. I don't know. Maybe somebody attacks
Yeah,
them.
well, Brandy will talk.
So it's down to our favorite moment. Um, looking to this, like we have two favorite moments for both NXT and AOW. My favorite moment for NXT was, of course, the premiere on the USA Network. For two different reasons. One, it's the birth of this show that we had with Cyrus that I enjoy doing,
Mhm.
and also the premiere on NXT, like basically with at the end of the show with like Triple H going out into the crowd and like doing like the whole NXT chant. It was a validation of kind of like what we all knew, that NXT was not developmental anymore. It's the third brand. And if you needed
Yeah,
even
and
more,
it's the hottest brand.
yeah, if you needed any more validation to that, watch Survivor Series, watch the build up to that. Like, you know what I mean? Like NXT has something for everybody. It has a lot of talent there. It's going to have more talent in 2020 with like impending signings and maybe people moving there. But yeah, that was my favorite. Like seeing it on a major network and basically seeing it every week.
Mhm. Uh, my favorite moment of this year for NXT will be winning Survivor Series. Um, there was a point in time where everybody was just like, yeah, we knew that the NXT was going to win this one, that one. So maybe they're just going to lose at some point. It all just goes downhill. Eh, clutched it out with Roger Strong won against AJ Styles and Nakamura. The women won, which was amazing, with Rhea Ripley getting the pin over Sasha Banks. I don't have the other results, but other cool stuff happened.
Keith Lee getting that rub from Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, which everybody was just like, that's not good enough. And I was just like, are you serious? Keith Lee, like, going solo against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Like, two stars of this decade. Are you serious? That, like, the handshake and him, like, powerbombing Roman Reigns wasn't good enough. Roman Reigns sold the hell out of that powerbomb. That shit was insane. I love that moment. NXT Survivor Series, two of my favorite things in wrestling, and I just absolutely loved it so much.
Yeah, man. We're going for AEW favorite moment. I went with QT Osprey or QT Marshall's tag team tag team with Cody and basically.
Hey man,
Listen,
tag match comedy.
I could have went like I almost went with yours, the Moxley Omega feud, but I thought
Mm-hmm.
that this was so funny, and the fact that like the crowd went
Oh
into
yeah,
it, like him doing flips and him doing I don't know what that was the senton
the the senton headbutt,
headbutt,
bruh.
like
The 450
yeah.
headbutt.
I was like, what is going on? I'm like, oh man, like so that was mine. If I had a runner up, it would probably be either yours or uh, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I would go with yours.
Okay, my favorite moment in AEW is the Moxley and Kenny feud. Two parts of it specifically. When Moxley DDTs Kenny Omega on the glass table, and just the death match and the controversy that kind of like spawned. That was kind of unnecessary, but whatever.
I
Um,
love death matches. I think like people were like half and half on it. Like they were like,
yeah,
like
like I don't think they were prepared for what a death match actually was.
they went full death match too. Like
Yeah, like the barbed wired bed, the Phoenix splash onto the wood. Kenny finally using the barbed wired broom, which was great. Just like it was a like really good match. I definitely think it could have been shorter, but I thought it was a pretty decent way to end that feud off.
yeah, I was like, I could have went with Cody going up to the box and like pushing out like the glass with Jericho and them getting beat up and then like the camera like going on Jericho saying I have a ticket. I almost went with that one,
uh,
but
Cody pulling up with like 55-year-old DDP to run up on Jericho and his young goons.
you also could I think you also could have went with MJF turn, but the fact that we saw it from the beginning kind of shied me away from picking it.
When we literally saw it before the promotion had like a television show. Like it was the most predictable thing ever, and I wish AEW did hold off on it. And then I don't know what would have been the perfect moment,
I don't think
but
there.
I think like holding off on it would have been sick.
Well, I don't think there. The thing is, the fact that we all saw it coming, I don't think there really was a perfect moment. If that makes sense, like I think that like you
Mm.
get Cody at his lowest point. So like he lost to Jericho, he can no longer challenge for the title. Well, we'll see what happens with that, but then like he loses his biggest advocate. So like I kind of bought it from there. They gotta
Uh,
stop with the
I
whole
like
Cody has no friends thing. I'm like he's friends with the elite. So
yeah, right. Like, does he really need MJF when he has all his executive friends? But nah, like I just really enjoy the Kenny and Moxley feud, and I think like a runner up for me, like probably something that really made me laugh would probably be like oh when Sean Spears was twerking on Dark.
Uh,
He brought back the NXT twerking, bruh. Oh my god.
you,
Yeah, that'll probably be another moment for me. I thought I'd never see that shit, see that stuff again. That thing is hilarious.
or like Darby Allin skateboarding down the ramp and attacking Jericho.
Oh, oh yeah, that's a sick moment too.
I'm a,
Yeah, AEW does have a lot of sick
they
moments.
do, they do. They have like a lot of
Just
notable.
not as a whole, but
They do have, yeah, they do have their moments. I'll add two more categories before we get out of here. So,
ooh.
um, what NXT UK man or woman would you like to see move
Oh.
to either the main, one of the main brands like NXT, Raw, or SmackDown?
Um dang, I just realized like two of my like picks probably won't like really work. I think Jazzy Gabbett or dang, I forgot Jazzy, what's the last name?
Jazzy Gabber.
Oh, okay, cool. I think she would be fantastic, like a easy replacement for Nia Jax. Since her return is
Well, she,
unforeseen.
yeah, she's rehabbing. So,
Yeah, she's rehabbing, but who knows when she could be ready? But like Jassy Gabber, like absolutely, like get her out there. She's absolutely she's a monster. She's fantastic. I definitely think she'll be great on the main roster over there. Or just get her on NXT for a little bit, do the thing, and then bounce. Male wrestler. I think it's unfair to say Walter. Uh, but he's like the only dude that like. Imperium's like probably like the only people I really like on NXT UK. But hmm, I will probably go with Gallus.
okay.
Just get them over there.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah, okay. I see that. Jazzy.
Just get some big dudes.
Yeah. They'll run like rough shot over, yeah, NXT. We'll see what happens at the conclusion of like Joe Coffey and Walter, what they do with there. Jazzy is
Yeah.
getting teased to breaking up with Jenny. Like she's
A shame. Disgusting. Why would you do this? Who's booking this crap? This is embarrassing. I'm sick.
my picks would be for the women, Tony Storm. I think Tony.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Tony would be great anywhere. I think you have Kaylee Ray kind of retain. You can have her feud with Piper Niven, but I think Tony has appeal and everyone. She's done everything you could do with NXT UK, so move her over there. For the men, I would say Young Grizzle Vets. They're a great tag team, and I think that like if they don't win that huge tag team thing, NXT can definitely use another tag team, especially going with the
Mhm.
WWE Classic. So like, move them over. They're a great heel tag team, especially when the Undisputed Era will eventually leave. You can have them go in and be great there. The
Yeah.
last question I'll have is what predictions? Give one prediction for ALW and NXT for 2020.
Prediction for NXT. No, I'll go with AEW first. We'll be getting the Kenny Omega and Moxley feud again, but it will be for the AEW title, probably around the fall season.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go give your NXT prediction too.
My NXT prediction will probably be Dang, I should have let you go because I didn't really think
All
about
right,
it.
all right. So, my ALW one is that. Hmm, I'm gonna say that with the way things are going, I would say that Awesome Kong is eventually going to be the AOW Women's Champion. I know that she's limited and
Oh,
she can't
yeah.
really wrestle that much, but I think if they really wanted to put it on a monster and it's not Nyla Rose, if you're going to do something with this Nightmare Collective thing, Awesome Kong is going to win. And she'll probably be the one that beats Riho, I think. I'll give my NXT one first. Uh, the returning Velveteen Dream will challenge for the NXT World Championship and win it in 2020. I think that um, I think he's ready. I don't think that you have him come back and challenge for the North American Championship. He did everything that he could. I think that
Hmm.
if you want another face champion, if you're not going to go with Riddle or Champa, I think that Dream is going to be it. And it may not happen, Mania weekend. It may not happen, anytime soon. But I think by the end of the year, you're going to have NXT champion Velveteen Dream.
Okay. Um, I think next year for NXT we're probably going to see some more call downs. Uh, Not that that's bad or anything, but I do think we're probably going to get somebody from, I'll guess and say the Raw roster to come down to NXT.
Okay. Do you think of like anybody in particular?
No, because I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. Like, I can't even vision the Raw roster right now. Like, like Seth Rollins is not going down.
Moxley is not going
Samoa Joe's not
anywhere.
going down.
I
Yeah,
think
like
Moxley's.
I can't think of anybody that's like in a main title feud. Like, because that's all I know about Raw right now is the main title feud, and I don't think any of those dudes are going down.
Yeah, Mojo Rawley's not going down. I don't think so. Do you think anybody's moving up
Moving up, yeah, of course.
or lateral adjacent?
Shayna.
Okay. One.
Uh, Shayna and I'm praying Riddle, but like let's say Dijak would be cool.
Yep, I'm gonna go with Keith Lee. Keith Lee.
Oh no NXT Championship reign for him.
I think that I think you put a rocket on him and just have him go crazy on the on Raw or SmackDown, especially SmackDown, especially SmackDown. Um,
Mhm.
have him and Roman feud again. That's money right there. That's money.
Mhm.
Um, for the women, I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. It's more than
Oh.
time, man. It's more than time. Like that's great that she fought
It's
Shotzi Blackheart. That's great that she's fighting all. It seems like the up and coming uh, NXT women, but it's time. Move her up to Raw.
I think I'm gonna hold off on that since like the landscape has finally changed in NXT, so I don't really see any women leaving.
We will. Oh man, somebody's got to leave. Santana's leaving, but like somebody else has to leave.
Yeah,
Like I don't know who. Like is it gonna be Kayla?
Santana Garrett, baby.
Santana Garrett is gonna leave. She just. Well, maybe VXT, Chelsea,
No,
or Diana.
nah, son. I saw that match on Raw. I'm straight.
You didn't like the Diana one, or you didn't like the Chelsea one?
I definitely didn't like the Chelsea one, but I thought the Oscar one was straight, but that's because of Oscar. Uh, uh,
Oh
but
man.
nah, son. Go, just chill out in NXT, bro.
Oh man. All right. So keep him down there. Wow. Uh, damn. Damn, not even Chelsea. Well, Chelsea, I think can stay. She can stay a little bit longer in NXT.
There was a fourth one, right? I mean, a third one.
Rachel Evers, but she tore her ACL.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I would not. That made me sad.
she might be. I think she'll be back in the spring. I think her and Karen will probably be back in the
Mm.
summer.
Please come back strong, so and then y'all can like finally do the thing.
Then they could do the whole new faction.
Mm.
Ah,
Yeah, get well soon, Rachel.
that's our.
Your pals need it, bro.
Oh man, I think Deanna's fine. I think Deanna can really.
You know, I think Deanna is fine, but I'm not too high on Chelsea Green.
um, yeah, that's our show. That's the end of the year show for us. Of course, we'll be back next week in the new year with a brand new episode of AOW. Their homecoming. You
Hmm.
got Cody versus Darby Allin. You got Jericho addressing Moxley to see if he's going to join the inner circle. Excited? Are you excited for that? You think Moxley's going to join?
Uh, I think it's real funny that they like, you know, teased the whole thing, and then it was just like you don't have to answer right now when they could have did the segment on this show, and then they kind of just like get straight into it. Um, but it is what it is, bro.
And then you got Chris Statlander versus Riho. I'm pretty sure that the Nightmare Collective
Can't.
will have
Oh,
no sign on that.
oh man! I hope they don't interfere or nothing like that.
I'm predicting a non-finish.
I'm sick.
I just think. I mean, Chris hasn't lost a singles match. You want to keep Riho strong.
And it's gonna, yeah, it's for whatever reason.
Keep Riho strong. So, and you want to keep the Nightmare Collective going with Chris turning them down. So like, yeah, that's my prediction for that.
That made me sad, but we're gonna have to watch the shit. Yeah, that made me sad. Like, I wish he didn't tell me it was gonna be a non-finish. I kind of want to see Riho lose the belt.
I'm guessing like I'm not
Well,
looking for that.
well, I'm sad
because scored. So
uh, your reasoning is sound, so that's why it makes me sad that it sounds very plausible. But yeah, that's gonna be AEW in 2020, baby. Keep Riho strong after like months of her not really being on the show. Yeah, but she could be on Dark though, which makes no dang sense.
she was in a tag match with Britt Baker. I think the last time she was on Dark. Britt Baker, I have no idea where she
That they pulled like that train was going, and then they just ripped on the brakes.
It was like they saw the shiny new car, and Chris Statlander. They're like, well, I mean, like, not to bash AOW or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
we're observing, we're seeing what we're talking about what we're seeing and what we're observing. So,
It's just fantasy booking. Nothing like concrete or serious. Nothing, no criticisms or anything like that. Just a little bit of fantasy booking since we didn't really talk about AEW much on the on the show earlier.
yeah, well, I mean, it would be funny if like what we're saying that's exactly how they book it.
War booking, baby.
The war booking.
Question: did you join the AEW Discord?
I did not yet. I do plan to. We will not be. We will not be starting trouble on there. I'm not going to start any trouble. I'm just going to be there to observe.
The potential for me to get banned
I know
is insanely high.
you're probably going to get banned in the first week. I'm
I have not typed a single message in there. But it's really I think this Discord is really nice. Like it does make fans really feel appreciated and feel like they're being heard. Like there's actual wrestlers in this chat, right?
yeah, they're gonna. I think Luchasaurus wished everybody a Merry Christmas, and then I think the first they're gonna have Sunny Kiss do a Q and A in there.
Like that's like really sick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty dope. And apparently, with the Young Bucks leaving Twitter because they said it's too toxic, maybe Discord is the way to go for them.
Yeah, this is their way to do their thing. But yeah, I think like all jokes aside, I think this like increased their increased their lifespan a little bit. Like they haven't turned their there's no turning back on the fans, quote unquote. Like people actually feel like they're being heard in here, and that's really cool for them.
I mean, one of the positives that I will say about AEW this year is that they seem to be really fan oriented. Uh,
Hmm.
Cody will interact with fans and do Q and A's a lot on Twitter. Um, Sometimes it goes worse for them, but if they could kind of like rein it in and kind of like do the things, because the things that with this Discord and maybe more so like more personable like what Cody does, then they'll be okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see they could be okay.
Oh, they have a server where they just put like general news and stuff, so I could finally keep up with Dark and see what the hell matches are being shown on there.
That and
Uh,
maybe official announcements, maybe saying that records reset January 1st, because Dustin
yeah.
had to tweet that when he mentioned the tag match that they're him and Cody are having. Um,
But yeah, band potential is very high, and I'll be on my best behavior uh, for while I'm in here.
you'll
Like I'm
most
not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look, bruh. I'm not gonna say, hey yo, NXT whooped that ass in the ratings this week. I'm not gonna criticize any booking.
oh boy.
Uh, I'm not gonna address any of these. You know, I'm not gonna be hypercritical or any stuff like that because I feel like I'm just gonna get jumped, and then I'm gonna get kicked out like Voices of Wrestling.
Oh man. Yeah, Voices of Wrestling got kicked out of this Discord, so like that's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, that is our year-end show for this year.
Oh,
Go ahead.
wait, just one last thing.
Go ahead.
Did you see that Undisputed Era will be going up against Imperium at Worlds Collide?
I think that is amazing. I also think that is a booking nightmare because I don't know who goes over.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like that match is insane. Honestly, I think that match absolutely deserves the non-finish. Like, what was that one NXT match? I think it was like Matt Riddle versus
Killian Dane.
Killian Dane, where everybody just started fighting and it went to a non-finish. Uh, I definitely think that's how it should go. Like, I think it should be a war between NXT and NXT UK that like ends that show. So they just do the non-finish.
So what does Pete? What
But
does Pete Dunne do? He's gonna be confused. He's gonna be like, I'm on NXT.
Pete Dunne goes, I don't care about NXT, and then goes home. But yeah, that's really cool that's the match that they're going to be having for the main event for Worlds Collide, and that's crazy how they've been trying to sell us or prepare us for Worlds Collide with Travis Bank matches, but this is what I'm looking forward to.
They're gonna have to start building for that, and it looks like Undisputed Era is not quite done yet in NXT. They're gonna be down there. Well, they're gonna be there a bit longer. I'm excited to see the match, especially with like these little guys working against Walter. Uh, so like yeah, I mean, they're gonna do the eventual like Cole versus Walter, and I'm like, oh man, like Walter's gonna chop the hell out of Cole, you know. But I'm looking forward to that if because we have Takeover Blackpool, and then we have Worlds Collide in January. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that all that shapes up. On a different programming note, next weekend we have 2 days of Wrestle Kingdom. So we have that too. In case if anybody's gonna watch that, I'll be watching that. Cyrus, I don't know if you've been watching New Japan, but yeah,
Well, what's that?
next weekend.
Well, what's a New Japan, bruh? Nah, like I can't like I don't really watch New Japan too much. I do keep up with it a lot. I do like the stardom inclusion of it, even though it's going to be a dark match, unfortunately. But nah, I'm okay. I think I'll just watch Stardom since everybody wants Stardom to just be consumed by New Japan anyway, instead of just watching Stardom. Is wild, but it is what it is.
Yeah, hopefully. It's unfortunate that we won't get to see that match. I mean, they're on two rival. From what I understand, they're on two rival networks or channels. Stardom and New Japan.
Oh, that's why. Oh, damn, that
Yeah,
sucks.
which is, I mean, I'm like they're both owned by Bushi Road now, so it's weird. But before we get out here, Naito two belts. I hope. Probably not gonna happen because
We we can pray.
if Geto has like
A heart.
yeah, which he probably won't. It'll probably be Okada winning or something like that, or Jay White. But yeah, that is our show for this week. You could follow us always at RSC Radio Live on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. We got a lot of content, a lot of holiday content here. We had a new episode of Chatting with Nelson with the Forecast Podcast reuniting there. Of course, we had the A Show doing their predictions on their
Yeah,
on
a very big year-end show on their side.
We had the late fees finale. They talked about Star Wars, Knives Out, Six Underground, Irishman, Watchmen, and Uncut Gems, which I absolutely love.
Stacked episode.
Please go see Uncut Gems. I think
Yes.
it may be New York and LA just right now, but I think they're having a wider release soon. So please go see that. Star Wars.
Yeah. If you, I don't recommend it. There are Star Wars spoilers on the late fees episode, but it is what it is. If you really care that much.
I'm not a big fan of Rise of Skywalker, but please.
I haven't been like I think I fell asleep during Rogue One, and I was just like, yeah, this new Star Wars stuff ain't for me.
Of course, you had Spot Callers of probably the worst show ever. So
Yes, for Spot Callers, we watched ECW December to Dismember, and I've been receiving more messages than ever that this show is not that bad, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
it's terrible.
Someone told me that like this show is better than Crown Jewel and Hell in a Cell, and I was like, "Huh?" So that Mike Thorne. No, the Knox and Kenny Thorne match must have really resonated with you, huh? The Davari versus Tommy Dreamer must have went crazy. Like, people really overreact over the stuff that happened this year. Like, it could be way worse. Like, that pay-per-view is probably just, like, side-by-side bad with the first Roadblock that happened, like, 2016, I think.
Yeah. It got Heyman fired, and then it led us
Yes.
to having a Vince McMahon world champion with a do-rag on in ECW.
You know what? When you say that, the pay-per-view doesn't sound all that bad. But yeah, we also have the December edition of I'm Not a Genius, where Mark tells the truth about his AirPod Pro kerfuffle. He has an amazing guest on there from the Hack and Slash podcast, Ryan. She's really cool. I was listening to it yesterday, and Mark said that he didn't have Apple Care, and I texted him immediately, furious. But he has Apple Care, which is fine. But it's a really nice banter between these two people that just absolutely love technology and their iPhones.
You also had a new episode of The Lookout and a crossover episode of the Big Eyes podcast and The Lookout with Jamal and Meals. They talked
Hmm.
about Dragon Ball Super Chapter 55. Yeah, it was a
It's it's a stacked week.
it was a stacked week. Oh, of course, RSPN can't forget about that. Like Coral Gunner joins this week. Um, it was an
With Justin. I also listened to the episode yesterday as well. If you're a 76ers fan, I think the show would be amazing. There's a lot of praise for them on the show, which is not normal for RSPN, but it's a really good show. And I wish I kept up with the NBA season as much as everybody else does. It's really hard for me to
it's
do.
fun. I mean, like my dad, little brother, and I watched the Lakers and Clippers game Christmas Day, and it was pretty good. Even though the result, the Clippers kind of won, but not kind of.
It's fine,
Yeah,
but
like I'm a Lakers fan, so you know what I mean. But that was good.
like I just want to be able to participate in the trash talking in basketball.
Oh, but not to forget, we had a new rap podcast too, talking about like the biggest moments of the decade and the Resident Evil
Oh,
game.
oh yeah, ROP Gaming, yeah, and Random Acts with Podcast. Mark is on their episode. We have the first responders where Cameron, Cameron, Cam, Tay, and Drew, they talk about the Roddy Rich album, which I enjoyed while I was in the hospital. But yeah, I think that's like everything. I think that covers everything that happened this month, actually.
Um, it was an amazing 2019 for RNC Radio Live, and I'm sure we'll have more, much more for 2020. So,
Mhm.
signing off for me and Cyrus. Have a blessed and happy New Year because next time we talk to you,
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna be 2020. So,
yeah. Stay safe. Drink water when you out there.
get in the Uber.
Partying. Get in the Uber, but make sure you have money for the Uber surge. Ladies, I don't like Uber is very dangerous, so just stay safe in general. Keep your pepper spray, keep your tasers, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay strapped. Like real talk. I don't think I'm gonna be going anywhere because I can barely move. But yeah, man, everybody just stay safe. Try to make it into the new year.
I'll be going to New York for the first time ever. I am not going to whatever.
Oh, you're a monster.
Well, I'm not going to the ball drop though. I'm going somewhere else. Another tip: if you're using Uber, please charge your phone because they do charge you more if your battery is low. So,
Oh, true. That is so disgusting. Yo, technology is so evil, bro.
listen, Best Buy, Amazon, something like that. Get a little Morphe. Get one of like those portable batteries. Charge your phone before you try to get Uber because next thing you
Mhm.
know, your Uber car is gonna be looking more like a Uber helicopter. So do that.
I need to go to New York and ride in the Uber helicopter. But yeah, man, everybody stay safe.
All right. See you guys later.